By taking care of gear changes for you, automatic cars make driving easier so you can concentrate on steering and speed control. You choose among modes like park, drive, neutral, or reverse, and the car's transmission automatically shifts into the proper gear depending on your speed and driving circumstances, saving you the trouble of shifting gears by hand. Because of this, automatic cars are particularly easy for novices to drive and practical for daily driving. When driving an automatic car, there are several key things you should never do to avoid damaging the transmission and ensure safety. Number 8, never shift to park or reverse before coming to a complete stop. A crucial error that can result in serious mechanical damage is putting your automatic transmission in park or reverse before the car has completely stopped. In addition to damaging the POW, this may also destroy the internal gears and shafts of the transmission, necessitating expensive repairs. Similarly, putting the car in reverse while it is still going forward results in a violent conflict between the gears, which accelerates the wear or destruction of transmission components and produces grinding noises. Furthermore, a false park or park to reverse problem occurs in certain cars when the shifter hovers between park and reverse without completely engaging either gear. This poses a major safety risk because it can force the automobile to roll abruptly, sometimes even after the driver has gotten out. Number 7, never coast in neutral, especially downhill. Coasting in neutral is a risky technique that jeopardizes transmission, health, and vehicle control, especially on incline. Engine braking, which is the natural deceleration effect that occurs when the engine fights the motion of the vehicle, is lost while the car is in neutral since the engine is separated from the wheels. Furthermore, coasting in gear is more fuel efficient than coasting in neutral since modern fuel-injected engines frequently shut the fuel flow entirely. Mechanically speaking, being in neutral lowers the transmission's hydraulic pressure, which is necessary for cooling and lubricating internal parts. Extended neutral coasting might cause premature transmission failure and excessive wear. Because you have to go back into drive before you can accelerate or maneuver in an emergency, it also slows down your reaction time. Number 6, never rev the engine in neutral and then shift to drive. An extreme shock load is placed on the gearbox when the engine is revved while the transmission is in neutral and then suddenly shifted into drive, often referred to as a neutral drop. Without any load, revving the engine increases its rotational speed. Shifting into drive abruptly engages the transmission, causing the powertrain to violently jolt as it attempts to match the vehicle's speed with the engine's high RPM. The clutch packs, bands, and gears inside the transmission may slip, wear out too quickly, or even break as a result of this abrupt shock. This misuse may eventually cause the transmission to overheat, shift erratically, and fail. Additional stress is placed on the drivetrain's axles and drive shaft, increasing the possibility of additional damage. To keep your transmission operating smoothly and dependably, you should avoid this behavior as it drastically reduces its lifespan. Number 5, never shift gears while the car is rolling. Even at relatively low speeds, shifting from drive to reverse or the other way around while the vehicle is still moving puts a great deal of strain on the internal parts of the transmission. Shifting direction while the car is rolling causes the clutch packs and hydraulic pressure that the transmission uses to smoothly engage gears to abruptly reverse their rotational direction. Clutch slippage, gear grinding, and harm to the planetary gear sets within the gearbox might result from this. Older cars or those without these measures are susceptible to quick wear or catastrophic failure if this behavior is repeated. Even though some current cars include electrical safeguards that prohibit such shifts at speed, a single occurrence might result in damage right away, and repeated misuse will significantly shorten the transmission's lifespan and necessitate expensive replacement or repairs. Number 4, never keep the car in neutral at stoplights. Although many drivers believe that shifting to neutral at stoplights can lessen wear or save fuel, this is typically not the case in automatic automobiles. You immediately lose control of the vehicle's movement when you keep the car in neutral since it disengages the engine from the wheels. It takes valuable seconds to go from neutral to drive in an emergency, and those seconds could be crucial to preventing an accident. Frequent switching between drive and neutral also wears down the gearbox linkage and detent mechanisms needlessly, which could result in early mechanical failure. Fuel savings from neutral are minimal, and modern automatics are built to idle effectively in drive without generating undue wear. Unless you foresee a protracted stop, it is advisable to keep the automobile in drive with your foot on the brake for safety and mechanical longevity. Number 3, never drive on a low fuel tank. The fuel system and the transmission may suffer if you drive your car with a low gasoline level, usually less than a quarter tanks. The fuel itself provides cooling and lubrication for the fuel pump, which extracts gasoline from the tank. The pump operates hotter and is more likely to fail early when fuel levels are low. Debris and sediment also have a tendency to gather near the tank's bottom. The pump may suck in this material when the fuel level is low, blocking the injectors and fuel filters and lowering engine performance, which can result in expensive damage. Uneven fuel distribution can have an indirect impact on transmission performance in certain cars since the pressure in the fuel system also affects how the transmission operates. Sustaining sufficient fuel levels contributes to the longevity of the transmission system and the fuel pump. Number 2, never drive aggressively without warming up the engine. Wear and tear is greatly increased when you drive aggressively before your engine and gearbox fluids have achieved their ideal operating temperature. Transmission fluid and engine oil become thicker and less efficient in lubricating moving parts as they get cold. As a result, crucial parts like clutch packs, pistons, and bearings see an increase in heat, friction, and mechanical stress. In order to prevent this, make sure that the powertrain is properly lubricated and fluid flowing by letting your car idle for a minute or two after starting and then driving slowly until the temperature gauge reaches its normal working range. Number 1, never use both feet to drive. It is unsafe and ineffective to drive an automatic car by using both feet to control the accelerator and braking pedals. This technique raises the possibility of simultaneously pushing both brake pedals, which might cause unintentional acceleration or braking and confuse other drivers by leaving brake lights on for longer than necessary. Additionally, it results in uneven vehicle control, particularly during emergencies when precise and fast pedal inputs are essential. Due to needless partial stopping during acceleration, using both feet might result in early brake system wear. It is advised to use only your right foot for both pedals, as this enhances coordination, lowers the chance of collisions, and lessens the strain on the car's braking system. In conclusion, steer clear of coasting in neutral, revving before engaging gears, using both feet on the pedals, running short on fuel, shifting into park too soon, and transferring gears while going. These practices keep you safe while driving and make your automatic transmission last longer. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe.